guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we're taking a look at Transformers Combiner Wars Groove. Now I have a couple of things to say before you actually go out and purchase this toy that you might want to stay tuned to watch. But let's go ahead and take a look at the toy itself. Now I have to credit ages 3 and up for this toy and the Victoria's Ultimate Hobby and Toy Fair hosted by Cherry Bomb Toys, because that's where I got it. And I got it for 30 bucks. Which I think is an okay price. I would have preferred paying $25 personally, out of anything. I mean, I know it's an exclusive toy for May Mayhem, but 30 bucks was just a little too high for me. I pay 30 bucks for Voyagers out here, so... and even then, I'd prefer getting Voyagers on clearance, because they're not even worth 30 bucks sometimes. Anyways, Groove is pretty cool nonetheless. I actually do kind of dig him. He rolls just fine, so there's that. I mean, he does fall over, but he's a bike. He is the first one to actually use this mold, which is very good, because it's not a helicopter, plane, or car, or one of 2 cars, I should say, the breakdown and dead-end mold, or a truck. So, there's that. So it's not reusing that. It's pretty cool. I do like it. Now you can plug the guns onto the sides like so, and you can plug the combiner weapon on the top like so, and apparently this guy is modeled after a BMW, which is pretty cool. And one thing that I really do like is the paint applications. Now, he doesn't have the highest amount of paint applications. He's not a masterpiece figure or anything like that, but he does have a lot. I wish that these sections were silver, but I also kind of prefer them in white because it kind of breaks up things. I don't know, maybe these sections should have just been silver. I'd be fine with the hands just being white, but these sections should have been silver. But what I do like is the clear plastic. Look at this. You got the blue clear plastic and then the red clear plastic. That is awesome. And then you got the just normal clear plastic on the front there. You get 3 different versions of clear plastic. Now, they could have painted this over, you know, of course they could have, but still, with that said, I'm actually still surprised by the fact that it's actually got 3 different coats of clear plastic or whatever. I don't know how paint works. Anyways, it says police on the side, and it's got a little bit of brown linking through for the robot mode, but it's got a whole mess of black on the top here, which looks very cool. And I believe you can get some figures to actually go on top of this guy. You also get the handle thing, or the foot pedal thing on the side here, so that's pretty cool. And he drives actually pretty smoothly, I will say that. So, anyways, let's go ahead and transform the figure. To transform him, and I hit the camera, first thing you're going to want to do is separate the legs. They separate from the top here, like so. Extend them out, and it's the basic transformation for the Combiner Wars figure. And you plug that right there. Then you separate the wheels, like so. I mean, you're supposed to separate the legs, but I find that you can separate the wheels at the same time, so I don't know, maybe that helps. Anyways, flip down the, I keep calling it the landing gear in my head, the foot pedal, and bring out the arms like so. And you're supposed to flip them down on the peg. It's a very tight peg, like so. And then you rotate the arms like, oh, this way, sorry about that. You take the back section and you flip that up, like so, and then you rotate it around like so. And I have to reconnect that, and you rotate the head, and you rotate the waist, and there you have Groove in his robot mode. Now, if he's a little too back-heavy for your taste, what's cool is the legs actually move forward. Now, that kind of looks weird, but at least he won't fall backwards, so that's pretty good. As far as paint applications? What? As far as I can't talk today. As far as paint applications is on this, is good. It's all good. You get the brownish gold, so that's pretty good. You get the silver, you get the black, so that's very nice. There's some spots to where I wish they had more paint, like the silver, as I mentioned here. And then I wish, oh, I hit the camera again. I wish the silver was followed up through here, but unfortunately it's not. But as far as the paint applications is concerned for this, it's not bad. He's also got yellow eyes, which is pretty cool, and fantastic light piping. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but take a look at that. That is fantastic. That is beautiful. Nice faint. Nice faint? What? Nice paint on the face. Nice molding on the face, too. I actually really do like that, but he kind of looks a little grumpy. So, there's that. Yes, he's got some back kibble, but for a motorbike transformer, that's not too bad. So, there's that. Articulation is pretty cool. He's got some ratchets and some swivels and some ball joints, so that's pretty cool. Nonetheless, I do like that. And he's got waist articulation, which is pretty cool. Anyways, we also got some weapons. Now you can take these little gun things and attach that to the bottom here if you like. It will not attach to the bottom of the other arm because it has the foot pedal. And you can attach them onto the hands. You can also, if you want, combine the guns. Unfortunately, for some reason, I can only combine the guns on one side. Because if I go like this, I don't know if the peg is too big or something, but, or too small or something. I don't know. I can't talk today. I don't know if the hole is too small, but I can't seem to plug it onto this side. It seems like there's an extra bit of plastic that's stopping me from doing that. I really don't understand why it's doing that. But at least he has two of the same guns, so that's pretty cool. You don't really have to attach the combiner weapon if you want, and you can just leave it like that. But what I like to do, just to keep things complete, is I like to plug that onto the bottom, and it doesn't really get in the way. I do like the guns, I really do. I think these are pretty cool. I believe this is the same gun that comes with the blades in Alpha Bravo and Vortex, so it's not a completely new piece, if you guys were wondering on that. But nonetheless, this guy is pretty cool. Again, I love the weapons. I think that's nice. The transparent red on the top is so cool. Anyways, let's take off the weapons. Now, he does transform into an arm, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to transform him into a leg because I have the rest of the Protectobots, except for the Legends Groove, but do I need that? Anyways, we're going to transform him into a leg. Now, what you want to do is connect the legs, and you're basically going to transform them back into the alt mode. So, slide that all in and connect that right there, and connect that like so. And I believe you're supposed to bring these out just to get that out of the way. So let me line up the wheels like so. That's not perfect, but whatever. There we go. Next, what you want to do is, leave the head like that. Open this section up and rotate that like so. Bring this section back up and leave it down like that. And then you're going to take the arms, and there's a little hole right there that goes into a little tab right there, and I don't know why this is painted silver. I feel like that should have been left white for some reason. But anyways, that will go right into there. And you can take the combiner weapon, or whatever you want to call it. And if you want, you can plug the guns onto, I guess, the hands, like so. But I like to just plug them into the sides like that, and they are finally out of the way. And they actually help the aesthetic of that, so that's pretty cool. Zooming out of the camera, whatever, thingy. And let me bring out my Defensor. Now, my Defensor currently has a rook, which I don't think is that bad as a leg. So let me separate that. And there's a comparison between the two, and that's just going to fall over. So you got those. Pretty cool. Anyways, let me move Rook out of the way and plug this guy onto the leg like so. And there we have the complete and nostalgic Defensor. And I actually like the aesthetic of that. When I saw the Groove figure, I thought, you know what, that's kind of cool, but you know what? It also doesn't really work, because a motorcycle transforming into a whole leg of this doesn't make a lot of sense. But to be honest, this actually does look good, and I'm kind of just forgetting everything that I'm saying, so there is that. I mean, just look at that. That looks fantastic. I also forgot to mention that the wheel can actually move, but you want to move it from this section right inside here, because the little post that is on is very thin, and you're going to bend them and likely break them, so you gotta watch out for that. But nonetheless, that is really cool. So do I highly recommend Groove? Well, here's the thing. I recommend Groove if you guys can get it for like 25 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. But I've seen it go for like 60 to 100. No. I honestly do not recommend it for that price. And let me tell you why. Yes, it's Groove. Yes, it works on Defensor. And yes, this is a nostalgic combiner. But by the end of the day, he feels like everything else in this. Like, all the other Deluxes have a similarity to them. And I don't blame Groove for that. But after a while, that kind of like sours down. And I do understand why they have to do that. I'm probably one of the only people that actually do understand why they do that. But if I'm being totally honest with you, it's still the same Combiner Wars figure. Yes, it transforms into a motorcycle, but the legs transform the same way. You know, the arms just kind of get out of the way. It still has the same combiner port. It just... I mean, yes, it changes the alt mode, but it just feels too familiar to everyone else. It doesn't feel like it's really that exclusive of a figure. Like, I just had to get it. I really wanted the figure, so I did get it. It was like 30 bucks. The guy told me that, you know, sometimes it will go for like 60 to 100, and that's probably my only chance to get it cheap. But 60 to 100, I would not pay for that, honestly. I understand that there's going to be scalpers out there, and Amazon is going to be total shit. But as far as this figure is concerned, 30 bucks is probably my maximum that I would pay for it if you really want it. Maybe 40, but I don't think so. I think that 30 is the maximum for me for Groove. So that is just my personal opinion. I know that some people are going to disagree with me on that. But I would not pay 60 bucks for it. I really wouldn't. I'd absolutely regret paying 60 bucks for it. I'm pretty happy with my purchase, but usually I just leave them off to the side because, well, this is such an exclusive figure that I kind of want to set him by himself, and then usually I just combine this guy with Rook anyways. I think he looks good with Rook anyways, so it's not... It's not too much of a change, but I do like how Groove looks. I like how he kind of transforms into the knee. I like this aesthetic, but again, 60 to 100 bucks and more than that, I would not pay for that. I'm sorry, scalpers, but that's the truth. That's my honest opinion. So anyways, that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all this fun dudes. And I'll see you guys next time. Fistball! Hey guys, what's up? I'm Brian here, taking a look at Blades from Combiner Wars. This is the first Protectobot I'm taking a look at other than Groove. So, let's just jump right into it. Now, I will admit, this is probably my least favorite version of the helicopter repaints for Combiner Wars. I think the Alpha Bravo is actually pretty good. I think the aesthetic is fine. I like the color scheme. The head mold is pretty good. And I like Vortex mainly because he's a Combaticon, and those are my favorite Combiner set team guys out there. That might just be a personal thing. But there's something that just doesn't work for me for Blades. I don't think he's that bad. And if you really like Blades, that's cool. But, I don't know. I kind of like what Plasticon did with his G2 repaint. If you guys want to see that, there is a link down in the description below. It's a custom G2 Blades that's made from this, and it actually looks very good. But as far as this is concerned, there's something about it that I'm just not that big of a fan of. I think the alt mode is fantastic. Yes, he's got the rockets, but you can kind of see that for a rescue operation. I mean, I don't know. There's different rescue operations you can get, so maybe missiles can kind of work with that. I don't know. Like, for example, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like, you know how some people will throw bombs on, like, a mountain, a snowy mountain, and then just to make sure that the avalanche happens before anyone goes on it, or whatever they do. I can kind of see that worked into Blades. So, you know, some people are going to argue with me on that, but I don't necessarily mind the missiles too much. I think there's some play value into it, and also, they're Transformers. They're at war. So it kind of makes sense. Okay. So with that said, I think it's alright. You can plug the weapon on the bottom of the combiner weapon, which is fine, because that makes a stand. So that's pretty cool, and because of the joints, you can have it in different orientations, so that's very nice. You could also plug the weapon on the side. Unfortunately, that is adding some stress marks to the side, so that kind of sucks, but it's just how it is. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about the helicopter again. Because there's more to talk about. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm tired. Leave me alone! Anyways, the helicopter blades are kind of cool. They're pretty big, so they kind of get in the way, but they're alright. You got some black right here, you got some white, so that's very cool. You get a nice Autobot logo right there with the bunch of things around it. So that's pretty cool. You get a couple of rescue logos right there. You actually get silver painted rockets, which is very nice. That's what it looks like underneath. Yeah, you can definitely tell that these are the arms, but it's whatever at this point. Anyways, for the transformation into leg mode, what you're going to do is you're going to flip up these panels, and you're going to take these little bits off to the side, rotate them around, and plug them to the side, like you would do for pretty much any other mode except for the helicopter mode. Take this entire backpack piece, flip that down and up, and that will tab into place. Take the joint and the head, you're going to rotate that, and rotate the joint. Take the propellers and flip them up like that, and what I like to do is I like to unhook them from that, so that they can kind of, not lock into place, but they can tuck themselves into place between these little wing pieces, so that they can stay in place. Take the combiner foot, and leave it like that, and there you got a leg. So there we go, and as far as the leg, it's pretty good. You know, it's got the basic articulation, so it's very nice. Anyways, moving on to the arm mode, because I'm pretty sure that's what people are going to do for blades. What you're going to do is open this section up, and unhook this from the back, which is easier said than done, and flip that down like so. Close that back up, and rotate it to whatever side you want. Now, you're supposed to plug in the rockets like so. What I like to do is bend the elbow like that, and it kind of just rests on that peg like so, and there you go. And then, what you need to do is rotate the head again, flip the joint out like that, and transform the arm, foot, thing, whatever, thing, weapon, like that. Plug that in like so, and there you got an arm. And that's the mode that I usually leave them in for the combination mode. But let's go ahead and combine them. Also, if you want, you can plug on the gun like so. Which, by the way, is the exact same weapon as Alpha Bravo and Vortex. In fact, it's in the same colors as Alpha Bravo's. Alright, putting the weapon off to the side. This is also in the same mold. The only difference really is this white piece right here for the Alpha Bravo. At least comparing it to that. Alright, for robot mode, we're pretty much there. You're going to rotate the waist like that, separate the legs, flip that up, rotate the head, and you're pretty much done. Just unpeg the arms if you have it in the appropriate version, and there you go. And you can also flip this to the side. I personally don't. I just leave it like that. I'm pretty sure they had to do this to make it fit in the package. I mean, you can do that. That's an option, but I personally like to flip it like that. So there we go. There is Blades in his robot mode, and for the most part it works. I like the red. I think that's very nice. You can plug on the weapons like so. However, I don't know if it's just me, but the head just kind of doesn't work for it. I don't think it's a bad looking head. It's just for some reason it doesn't work for it. I think it's very G1-like. I like the boxy look to it. No light piping, which is fine. I'm kind of used to it. In fact, I didn't even notice that until people started pointing that out. But blue eyes, very metallic blue face, which might be the main reason why I'm just not a fan of it. It could be that, or I just like the other head more. I think it fits the body way better. You know, the Vortex and Alpha Bravo head, I think, just looks so much better than this. I do appreciate the fact that they gave this guy a new head. You know, that is appropriate. But as far as I'm concerned, I just prefer that they, or I just prefer the original mold head rather than this, if that makes sense. He does not actually have the blades on the arms. That is unfortunate. I guess you can see that the rockets are blades, I guess, if you close your eyes and imagine. He's got some more silver right here, which is very nice. He's got waist articulation, which is pretty good. You know, most of these deluxes, at least, no, I think all these deluxes for Combiner Wars has that. Ball joint, a ratchet joint, a rotation, ball joint in the head and knee, and then rotation in the leg right here, and then a ball joint right here. So you get some bit of articulation. Overall, it's just the same thing as Vortex and Alpha Bravo. If you don't have the rest of the the Protectobots, I guess you can miss out on this, but if you really need them and you love blades, I guess go ahead and get them. But if I'm being honest with you, I think that Alpha Bravo was the best paint scheme and best mold out of all these. It just worked. You know, the Vortex doesn't really work out with its color scheme, but then again, I love Vortex so much, and it still has that head. I think that this looks good for the color scheme, it's just the head doesn't really look good to me for this body. I just think that Alpha Bravo just looks way better in my personal opinion. But, you know what? This isn't bad. I mean, I'd recommend it if you guys really want it. But I don't think it's, like, my top favorite toy of... When did this come out? 2015? That's just my personal opinion. So anyways, with that said, I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And I'll see you guys next time. Fist bump. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we are taking a look at Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Deluxe Class First Aid. And I gotta admit, out of all the Protectobot Deluxe Class figures for Combiner Wars, this is the best one. Which is pretty funny because, what's the original guy? The Off-Road, I think it's Off-Road figure, isn't that great. He just isn't. And the Ironhide isn't that great either. It's just, in my personal opinion, they have a lot of problems going for him. But you know what? They really did something good with the First Aid figure, and I think I understand why. But we'll talk about that later on. Anyways, he comes with a couple of weapons. He comes with an axe that plugs onto the side like so. And then he's also got the same basic combiner weapon that tabs onto here. And there's a little gap right there, tabs in, and he's got something. We've all seen that before. Anyways, here is First Aid in his alt mode, and he just looks really good. He's very bulky, which I love. That is so good, which means that there's a lot more plastic going for this guy, which is fantastic. It's still hollow, but you know what? It's pretty good. I say hollow, and then there's a bunch of robot kibble underneath, but whatever. You guys know what I mean. I mean, look at this around here. It's pretty hollow and whatnot. So yeah, there's that. You can see that his back section, you can see his feet are right there, but you know what, that's alright. I'm okay with that. Everything plugs in just fine, so that's pretty good. No painted wheels, which is unfortunate, but what I do like about this figure is, okay, you can see the painted red along here, and I think there's some difference in the red right here, which isn't that good. However, I will admit, the dark red color on the top here, it's actually a different red. They actually took the time to make a different red for these two bits, so that's pretty cool. Nice blue windows. The only one that's not painted is the back window. All the other windows are painted, and he has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 windows that are painted. That's actually pretty good for Transformers. Usually they just leave off a couple of windows. Again, the back window is not painted. But I guess that's kind of appropriate. I don't know. Do ambulances have back windows? Yes, they do. But, you know what? For what it's worth, I think that this is pretty cool. He's got an Oddbot logo on the front there. Some nice painted grill bits right here. The lights aren't painted, but that's okay. They're small enough to where I didn't even notice. And just overall, he looks very good. This is my favorite mold out of the three that I have, which is Off-Road and Ironhide. It just looks really good. Alright, let's go ahead and transform this into a limb. The first thing you want to do for the leg mode is bring this down like so. And then what you want to do is rotate the head, and then just open up these panels enough to blah, blah, blah. I'm messing up on I'm messing up on my words today. Open this section up, rotate this section down, plug that in, plug in the panels like so, bring this backpack piece down, and then get the combiner foot hand thing and plug that in like so. And there you have a foot. You know, it's appropriate. You get some articulation out of that, and that's pretty cool. As far as Combiner Wars is concerned, they actually advertise that you make First Aid into a leg and then Rook into an arm. That's not the way I do it, because Rook is supposed to replace Groove, and Groove was a leg and First Aid was an arm, at least for the appropriate version of the combination, or the common version, I should say, of the transformation. So, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually, when I do a review on Defensor, I'm going to transform this into an arm. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and go to the arm mode. What you're first going to do is take these panels and lift them up like so. And they will snap in like that. Come on. There we go. Take the legs and bring them down, and you're pretty much part way into transforming him into his robot mode, but once again, we are not transforming him into his robot mode. Make sure that these are plugged into place, and make sure that all the tabs are plugged inside here. What I do sometimes is I just squeeze these little panels like so. I open this up and squeeze these little panels to make sure that all the tabs are placed in right. And then plug in the knees like so. For some reason, they're just not lining up right now. This side? I think it's this side. Oh, there we go. And there we go. Okay, got it. And then next, you're going to bring up this panel and rotate the arm back like so. And then there's a little tab that will go into this little indentation, like so. And now you got that. Take this, flip that around, make sure that the head is rotated like so. And whatever side you want, I'm just going to leave it like this for right now. You can rotate it and have it for this arm, but I'm going to leave it for this arm. And then you can transform the combiner port like so, depending on which side you've got. And there's the arm mode. And it really works. This is probably the main reason why I like this more than Off-Road and Ironhide, is because it's a very bulky limb, which is very cool. And I do like that, especially for a combiner. And also, these tabs just work better. The arms don't really tab in too well, but neither does the Ironhide and Off-Road. And this one seems to do a better job than them. And the legs actually combine better than the Ironhide and Off-Road. So that's why I like this more so than those two. Plus, also, the mold just really works for it. I like the bulky look for it. It just looks good. So let's go ahead and transform this into a robot. And something fell. I think that was the weapon. Nope. Then what the hell was that? Okay. Anyways, transform the legs like we had like so. And just bring down the arms, rotate this up, rotate the head. And there you have the robot mode. And he just looks gorgeous. My God, I think he needs a little bit more paint down here, but you know what? The red really works for it. Especially in contrast with the white. He looks like he has giant white gloves on him, which is appropriate. You can argue that they just didn't paint the arms. But you know what? For what it's worth, I actually like how it looks. The panels can get out of the way, and they look very good. You can leave them out like this, and it just has a nice aesthetic to it. With the Ironhide and Off-Road figure, it just looked like giant kibble they didn't really want to bother doing anything with. For this guy, it actually seems appropriate. It seems like it actually makes him more like a medical officer this way. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the giant rescue logo on the side, but for some reason, it just really works. You can also, if you want, take that out of the way and just leave him like that if you want. If you want that. I personally don't do that, but that is an option. He does have a backpack, but you know what? That's okay. And at least he has giant heels for that, so that's cool. You know, same articulation as the Ironhide and Off-Road. Ball joint head, ball joint here, and there's a rotation joint, a ratchety elbow. Ball joint, hinge, rotation, and rotation here. So, pretty basic articulation, but you know what? It's fine. I'm okay with it. Just the aesthetic is fantastic. I don't know what it is. The head mold is my favorite out of any of the Protectobots, including the Groove figure, the Hotspot, the whatever else. This is my absolute favorite head mold. Actually, you know what? Probably out of any Combiner Wars figure, this is the best one. It's just got a nice aesthetic to it, and that looks like First Aid from the comics. I really do like that. So, yeah, and let's also bring out his weapons. I forgot about that. He's got an axe, and this little Combiner weapon, which I've seen you can put in here like so if you want that. I personally don't do that. You can also... oh, he doesn't have the hole on the side here. Did they have holes on the side? Did Off-Road and Ironhide have holes on the side here? I don't know, but he has a hole right here if you guys want that. And if you guys want, you can plug that into the hand. You can plug it in like so, which actually looks pretty good. Or you can plug that into the hand like that. Which is weird because isn't this guy a I can't say that word. I don't know what that word is. Okay. Anyways, doesn't this guy not like fighting? Is what I should have said. Anyways, with that out of the way, I just really like the look of this guy. I think he's fantastic. I gotta say, out of all the Protectobots, this guy is my favorite with the Deluxes. He just has a nice aesthetic. I think that out of this mold, you know, with the Ironhide and Off-Road, I know I keep mentioning them, this is my favorite. I just think he is, in general, the best one out of all of them. I think he's fantastic. He is probably actually my favorite Combiner Wars Deluxe out there. Not sure about Prowl. Maybe Prowl's better than him, but I can't really decide. I think that this guy is just... he's the coolest. He really is. I love this guy. I definitely would recommend him. If you don't have all the other Protectobots, that's fine. I'd still recommend getting this guy, honestly. I think he's that good. So with that out of the way, I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I will see you guys next time.